Hey, this is Mike Hambright with HomeVestors, better known as the We Buy Ugly Houses folks, and today I want to give you some tips on evaluating pools if you're looking at investment properties. The top 5 things you need to consider when you're evaluating a pool that often get overlooked and could cost you a lot of money if you miss them. So number 1 is that the plaster has deteriorated and essentially the pool needs to be replastered. If you buy a house with a pool that's green and it looks like a swamp and you think that you really just need to clean the pool, that swampy look could be hiding a lot of things that you don't know about, from cracks to deteriorating plaster and maybe more. So make sure that you account for the fact that you may have to resurface the pool. Even if the plaster is not deteriorated, it may be stained to the point to where you have to acid wash the pool. And while that in and of itself is not so expensive, it's almost as expensive to drain and then refill the pool as it is to acid wash the whole thing. The second thing is cracks in the pool. Again, if a pool is green and you can't even see to the bottom of it, then there's no way for you to know that there are cracks. Some folks assume that if the pool is holding water or appears to be holding water, that there might not be any cracks in it, but I can tell you from personal experience that that is simply not the case. If the pool is empty completely and you can see to the bottom, that's the only way you're going to know if there are cracks in there or not. And if the pool is empty, then that is a bad sign as well, because many times pools can pop up out of the ground due to the water level in the ground, and you may have to remove the entire pool and it may not be salvageable. The third most important thing to look at is the equipment itself. And here's the problem. In most parts of the country, pool equipment takes a beating year-round. So you could have pool equipment that is not that old that just looks bad anyway. So pool equipment almost never looks nice. It's beat up, stained, rusted, deteriorated a little bit. And the reality is you just don't know by the looks of the equipment what's going on with the bearings in the motor or the quality of the filter and if those things need to be replaced. So make sure you account for those. Number 4, and this is a common one, is cracked or missing tile around the pool. Take a close look, because if you're missing a single tile, you may need to retile the entire pool. Most pool tile is unique and it's very difficult to find a replacement. Also consider when you're buying a house, if you have access to the seller, asking them if they happen to have any extra tile from when the pool was first installed, if they're original owner. They may have some, and rather than have them throw it out and cost you potentially thousands of dollars to repair the tile of a pool, you may find some savings there. And finally is cracked decking around the pool, or decking that has changed its slope and is kind of sloping away at a different angle. They seem like little things, and a lot of houses that we buy, there's so much deterioration in the house, the yards are overgrown, that you may have a tendency to overlook those things, but they're not as easy to patch and make look like the crack was never there than you think. So sometimes you may end up having to redeck the entire pool. So we found some innovative ways to patch those things, but it's taken me many years to figure that out, and we can't do it in all instances. So when you're looking at your next investment property, make sure that you evaluate all aspects of that pool, because they almost always cost more than what you originally think, and you don't want to get hung out to dry on your next rehab project. Happy investing and good luck.